everyone, and welcome to Talking Over Tea. Today I just wanted to share with you what my bookshelf looks like right now and just give a brief overview of all of the books that I own and which ones I've read and liked and which ones I still need to read. So on the top of the bookshelf I keep my two big Harry Potter books that I share with Maddie that are in the really cool illustrated editions, and I just like to keep them up there to display them and not take up a lot of shelf room. And that is all that I keep up on the top because I can't actually reach it, so I don't want to put anything up there that I would need to get down frequently. Then moving on, I have my regular set of the Harry Potter books in the Scholastic edition, and then I have the 3 books that I have in the special editions of them. I have 3, 4, and 5, and I really like how those look, and I'm excited to collect them all and sometime do a reread with those. And then in the middle of the shelf, I have my Percy Jackson books and the Hunger Games series. Next, I have the Narnia books, and I have read all of those. And I have the Giver Quartet, 4 books in the Time Quintet, I think it's called, and then a couple Folger Shakespeare Library books, just because I wasn't really sure where to put those. So this shelf is mainly dedicated to series that I've finished or come close to finishing, so that I don't have to move them around a lot since I can't reach that shelf either. So moving down to the second shelf, to the left of the shelf, I have a bunch of classics. These are kind of all of my white book classics, and I have a couple Sherlock Holmes books, and I also keep my pumpkin spice candle here in the corner. And then I have most of my Ellen Montgomery books that are in this edition. I really like how these all look together and all the nice colors. I've still got a few to collect in the Anne of Green Gables series and also a few to read. And I'm excited to continue to get those when I find them at the thrift store. Next I have my Lord of the Rings trilogy and my copy of Little Women, and then also my Barnes & Noble editions of some classics, and then some other random classics as well. Moving on, I have my more modern shelf, which is basically most of my middle grade and YA books. So in the corner here, I have the Mysterious Benedict Society with a teacup on top, and I have the All the Wrong Questions series, which is a series I've really enjoyed, and then I have 3 books in the Ascendance series. Then I have this book that I got called The List. Not sure what that one's going to be, but it was really cheap, so I decided to give it a try. Then I have my Out of Time series, and then also some other random either standalones or books in a series that I only have one of. Then I have some of the books in the A Series of Unfortunate Events series, and I hope to continue to collect those as I find them. Then I also keep my coffee candle here in the corner. Moving down to the next shelf, I have pretty much most of my hardback books here in the corner. These are pretty much only middle grade and YA books as well. Then I have my really small nonfiction section here, and yeah, I've actually only read 2 of these books all the way through, which was God's Smuggler and A Grief Observed. And then moving on from the middle of the shelf, I just have some more random classics. They're not really shelved in any particular order. And then I have all of my Barnes & Noble Classics Edition books here. Maddie and I just both really like how they look, and they're pretty easy to find at thrift stores. Moving down to my classics shelf. On this shelf is pretty much only my antique books. Starting on the left side, I have a few Ellen Montgomery books, a Charles Dickens book, and a few others as well. Then I have a few more Ellen Montgomery books, which include these really cool books that I found recently, Anne's House of Dreams and a couple of the Emily series books, and I was super happy to find these for really cheap at the thrift store. They're not in super great condition, but I really like how they look and how antique they are. Then I have my antique copy of Little Women and Little Men, and some more Charles Dickens books, and a couple other classics as well. Then, moving on to the last shelf, it's kind of all random. So starting on the left here, I have the American Girl Doll Kit series, which I got I think when I was like 6 years old, and then mainly just classics besides that one. I have a couple German books, a dictionary and thesaurus, a German dictionary, another Lord of the Rings collection, and some more classics as well. And then here in the right hand corner, I have all of my big books. So on the top I have Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, another copy of Little Women, The Dark is Rising series, History of World War II, The Return of the King's Screenplay, a Secret Garden coloring book, Wonders of Nature, The Dog, Sketch Encyclopedia, The Official Guide to Adventures in Odyssey, The Life of Horses, a couple National Geographics, a coloring book, and The Making of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So that is all of the books on my bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed seeing me go through these a little bit and talk about them, and my shelf is definitely not perfect or exactly how I would want it to be or anything like that, but I'm super happy and grateful to own all of these books and to get to read them and enjoy them. And I would love to hear some of your favorite books that you own or anything that you want to share about your own bookshelves. Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in our next post.